Hey guys, it is me, Phoenix. We are going to do a general read to see what your energy is. Merry Christmas. As I say that, I'm about to start coughing. If you hear, I got my voice back. Yes, I had to go and get some antibiotics because guess what? It was going down over here and it was just not working. So please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. While I am recording this, I am also downloading a year-end review. Now, you can take it for the year 2023. That's what it felt like to me, but it could be upcoming if you are going through something and trying to get through it. That year review from January to December is broken down into 3 videos. So you guys look out for that. Please do me a favor again, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, yellow hearts if you rock with me and got my 6, mean to have my back because I have yours. We are going to pull from the Zodiac Intuit Oracle deck to see what comes out, to see what energies you're focusing on, see what you're working on, see who you're dealing with. And so the way it's going to go is we're going to discuss a topic. Based on that topic, we're going to discuss the journey. I didn't see those cards. I seen this one, but we're going to go ahead. Youth, mutable, thunderstorms, and very likely. So bottom of the deck is the fishing pole, right? So it says self-reliance extends oneself, anatomy, mentoring others, poetry in motion, exploration, providing, connecting with nature, accomplishments, reflection, self-improvement, and capable. So you are capable of what you need to do, and that is the fishing pole. They tell you to teach a person. No, they said to tell someone how to, wait, what is that saying? Oh gosh, it's gonna make me have to pull it up. But anyway, you show somebody the difference between show and telling and actually doing is how you can teach them how to fish. They'll be able to eat forever. That whatever that quote is, don't quote me on that. I'm just giving my analogy of it, but you know what it is. It's better for somebody to actually show you how to fish or show you how to become self-reliant than for you to actually somebody to tell you. So I don't listen to anybody that tells me what to do. You can show me or you can give me advice, but if you tell me what to do, it's certain ways that I take that and I move forward from there. So that is kind of how I see that energy. But that's a youthful experience. When you're younger, you allow people to tell you certain things. And you have to understand to unlearn, to relearn, and break those childhood barriers that you actually were taught as a child. And so that is a difference when you learn what respect is and when you learn how to set boundaries moving forward in life, because the childhood experiences that we have, we become okay with, people treating us a certain way and us giving our all because we just try to and respectfully people please. And that's not exactly how it comes, but that's what ends up happening down the line when you're scarred or there's some type of childhood issues that you're holding on to and you won't change because you're so used to making sure everybody is okay, if that makes sense. So in that process, that's when the thunderstorms happen. So let's read youth. Mutable, breaking free, rebellious, insecure, idealistic, on the verge, trying things out, naive, hormonal, finding self, impressionable, independent, receptive, strong, and strong-willed. So this is what we have to be when we learn all of these different up and down scenarios of how we feel based upon how we love and the things that we do as a child, right? And so when that happens and we start to feel like we're finding ourselves because we're very impressionable, it's like the rebellious stage sets in, and that's when the storm starts to happen. Power, destruction, trouble, electric display, a warning, out of control, energy shift, conflict, triumph over evil, fears, blooming conflict, opportunity to overcome. So you're overcoming things. This is card of Scorpio. This is, I can't see what that is. Anyway, I see Sagittarius, and I think I see Pisces. And yeah, I'm not sure what other sign that is, and I don't feel like looking at it. But anyway, very likely at this time, this situation or outcome is likely to occur. So the thunderstorms, innings for new beginnings. You're learning how to fish and to be self-reliant on yourself and learning your energies and unlearning to relearn basically where you are in life right now. I'm going to pull from the Lenormand deck to see what comes out, because again, you have to know that this new year is going to bring on new things, new challenges, new journeys, new endeavors, and basically your expectations of it needs to know, basically, when it comes to love, that you cannot just let things pass because you're so used to going with the flow, or you're on the verge of looking like it might be true love, because that's when the thunderstorms start to happen and you decide to work on yourself. The Hermit energy, and having that's crazy, because I was looking at this as if it was the Hermit energy, but the Hermit energy was under here. That's hella crazy that I said that. But anyway, the Five of Cups energy is having the insight and knowledge to know what's causing you sadness, but it also is you finding peace by going into Hermit mode and reflecting. The Hermit energy says, sometimes you need to withdraw in order to rediscover your own rich inner world through tranquility, meditation, and reflection. So if you have the insight and knowledge to know what's causing you sadness and you're looking to find peace, it starts with you working on yourself, unlearning to relearn, because a lot of the things that we learn as a child, we have to learn how we need to deal and how we cope in this new world. And that comes in the form of heartbreak, Three of Swords energy. Heartbreak, seeking liberation and finding a way out. And then there's some type of movement or communication that happens when you decide that you have to end things because, it no longer serves you. And that's about you doing what makes your heart happy. Lover's energy, card of Gemini. But it's because you start to overthink, you start to feel insecure, and all you want is peace, happiness, and harmonious energy. And also, you start to become tough, be ambitious, know what you want, and go after it in a single-minded determination. That all comes with clarity. That all comes with clarity with the Page of Swords energy. And so at the end of the day, that's where the balance comes in at. When you unlearn to relearn, basically what's causing you some type of friction, and you actually learning to work on yourself and not to feel some type of way when it comes to the people, places, and situations in your life or love. Because you're not, once you get to this point, see, we have the wands here, we have the swords here, majority of the swords, air energy, we have some cups, and we have pentacles. This is 8 years it's taking you to finally decide to work on yourself, maybe as an adult, or maybe after dealing with something for 8 years. Each pentacle is equivalent to a year, and so therefore, having the insight and knowledge to know that you need to find peace when it comes to seeking liberation and finding a way out when it comes to heartbreak, and also communicate the things that you want. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so this is when you find your shadow side. This is when you start to look at everything with the fine-tooth comb. I'm going to pull from the shadow side deck to see the energies that you've been dealing with, because here it is that you get to this point to where, the incurious shadow, not curious or observing, willfully blind, not learning lessons. So it becomes a pattern that you keep repeating when it comes to the lessons that you need to fix, and the way that you just go with the flow, and you act like you're blind to the fact until something really hurts you and you're ready to find peace in your life. And that's the peace, happiness, and harmonious energy that you start to search for. It says you can't turn a blind eye to the problems that require you to take action. Things you ignore will only grow. And so that's when you decide, when it comes to this heartbreak and you having to pull back and actually create create a some type of conflict, or not create. I'm saying that wrong. I'm saying when you have to start to, break free and become rebellious, this is how you start to get to the point to where you're like, enough is enough. I'm going to teach myself how to do this, and I'm very capable of doing everything on my own, but now I need to do this to set myself free. And that's where it says things you ignore will only grow. And so ignoring the past of your childhood, the gullible shadow side. So you know that your childhood, it says that here, impressionable, which is gullible. Respectfully, somebody told me before, you can be like asphalt, letting people walk over you or drive over you or things like that. That's what I heard a saying before. Gullible shadow, easily misled or duped. Trustful, naive, lack of world experiences. Set and honor your boundaries, and don't let fear don't fear walking away from situations that are not good for you. So that is when you want to decide to find peace, is when you do what makes your heart happy, but you realize that you're becoming more gullible and like turning a blind eye when it comes to this type of energy. Does that make sense? And so that is where you get to the point to where you start to go on a spiritual journey. And that is, if you watch the videos, the year-end review, if you watch those year-end or what's coming review, you will understand where you were in January or where you're going to be in January, and how it will look if you play it out to December, or how it looked playing it out to this month of December. However it is, this is the spiritual oracle deck. So yeah, your heightened awareness and your higher self. This came out in the the year in review, but you're balancing your chakras. So chakra balance. Tune up and maximize the energy flow through your body for overall well-being. So that is when you decide to have balance and balance your chakras out and understand your chakras, then you'll understand how you feel, and you start to become self-reliant. And also, you don't extend or overextend yourself. But this is the heightened awareness that you have to have. And this is your higher self. So these two cards came out in the year in review. So you need to look and check that out. You are intuitively sensing something is shifting beneath the surface, and you are right. So that is why you start to decide to work on yourself, your higher self. Your higher self dismisses the ego and demonstrates gratefulness, joy, and compassion from a place of loving all that is. So you're loving everything that you've been through, but this time it's because you taught yourself how to become self-reliant, to be self-reliant, to rely on self and not be gullible anymore. You knew it at the end of the day, but you kept those childhood energies of the expectations that you felt like things would be if they just saw your true potential, but because you saw potential in them. But I always say respectfully, potential will have you fucked up. And you have to live in the present moment, not in the past, because that causes fear, and the future causes anxiety. So if you learn in the present moment how to have peace, happiness, and harmonious energy, that's you trusting in your higher self, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull from the vision board deck to see what is happening and what's on your vision. Then I'll pull from the Show Me the Money deck, and then we're going to let this energy go. You've taught yourself how to fish. You're relying on yourself. No more gullible energy, no more expectations, no more potential in anybody. You're balancing out the chakras, and therefore you have a heightened awareness of your higher self and what it is that you are called to do, and what peace, happiness, and harmonious energy looks like. So again, check out the it's a three-part reading that I did, and this came out Boat, Life, and Captain. I like big boats, and I cannot lie. You're discovering things, and you're starting to take control of your life, and the boat is here, and the fishing pole is here, so you're really teaching yourself how to fish, and maybe have hot sex. I'm just saying, maybe have hot sex, or do what makes your heart happy. Working on yourself and realizing that maybe at this time I'm not ready for a real relationship. I want to enjoy myself and maybe have hot sex with somebody who doesn't tie me down. I'm just saying, that's just kind of how I see that. So I feel like this is the energy that is happening when it comes to that. I'll pull from the love situation deck, and then again I'll pull from the Four Agreements, and then we're going to let this energy go after we get the crystal deck, because you have taught yourself to be self-reliant. You're just like exploring everything. You're providing for yourself. You're connecting with yourself, and you're accomplishing things, and your reflection and the self-improvement is there. Yeah, karmic connections and the thorny rose. A painful love experience. It says it right here. Fight for love, worth the trouble. So is this worth the trouble? That's what you have to ask yourself. That's the reason why you're aligning with your own chakras. Karmic connections. Full of turbulence, past life, unresolved issues, unsustainable relationships. And that's where the height of awareness comes in at, because you were dealing with a karmic connection and you were turning a blind eye. Jealousy, want you to themselves, attachment, and fear of losing you. Now this person might be in fear of losing you, but that's their fault, not yours. So you have to understand that it takes for you to realize, to get out of this thing, that you can sink or swim, and you're going to choose to swim and work smarter, not harder, and take the boat and balance yourself out, because you're tired of dealing with certain things. Now we're going to pull from the Four Agreements, which teaches you how to be impeccable with your words, to always do your best, to to not make assumptions and not to take anything personal, because you have done your best with every situation. And the cards come out. Don't make assumptions and don't take anything personal. Assume nothing. Assume nothing. In any kind of relationship, we can make assumptions that others know what we think, and we don't have to say what we want. We assume they are going to do what we want because they know us well. If they don't do what we want, we feel hurt and think, how could you do that? You should have known. And that's the energy of you trying to get this person to see your potential while you see theirs and you can see through their potential. So in that process, when you assume nothing, you don't take anything personal. Release self-judgment, because now you're not going to blame yourself. You're only going to go out and look at your expectations when it comes to you and know what peace, happiness, and harmonious energy is. Even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. So again, overthinking and waiting for communication and expecting communication and expecting somebody to see your worth only causes more karmic situations. So once you get out of this energy of being self and setting yourself free and having a heightened awareness and knowing your higher self and knowing that you're not going to be gullible for anyone else, then you'll be able to move forward in this new year and know that you've done your best and that you're teaching yourself self-reliance and not to rely on anybody else's energy. The Labradorite. It says the crown chakra, which is your belief system, the third eye chakra, which is your intuition, understanding, and your perception. The crown chakra is your spirituality, selflessness, and your wisdom, your belief system. You're believing in yourself. You're moving forward. Yes, it was a little rocky. In the beginning, but your expectations of everyone else caused you to feel some type of way and to take the things personal because you made the assumptions that they would love you and communicate with you clearly and not break or stab you in the heart or make you feel insecure. And so now you're knowing what real peace is. This is transformation, intuition, and strength. You're trusting in your intuition and you're understanding and recognizing your strengths. That's the Labradorite. It says, I welcome transformation in my life. And you are transforming. You're teaching yourself how to fish. You're doing what makes your heart happy. And you're moving forward. You're assuming nothing and you're not taking anything personal because you've done your best in every situation. So I always say, if I cut you off, 9 times out of 10, you handed me the scissors. And so now this is what you're doing. You're self-reliant and you're not worried about anything else. You're balancing out your chakras and you're moving forward. Balancing your chakras, temperance with balance. So there you have it. Let's let this old energy go. I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. Remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, and cause jealous situations. Make sense? I love you guys.